Good morning. Look, we have sun. This is so exciting. I am really hoping that all of my stuff, especially my shoes and socks, get dried out. It was freezing last night, definitely low 30s. I'm going to need to pick up a sleeping bag liner. And my sleeping pad has a hole in it again, and I can't find it. So, it's Saturday, October 31st, also known as Halloween. And I won't be in Damascus until Wednesday, so I'm going to be really cold the next few nights. I'm hopefully going to be able to pick up my resupply box. I was going to say at this alpaca farm, but they just have never responded to me. And I see other hikers staying there, so I know they're open. I don't know, miscommunication of some sort. So I'm waiting for them to call back to see if they have my box or not. Yeah, so that's fantastic. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't think there's resupply at a gas station. Or hitch like several miles into town, which will take all day. And I want to get 20 in still today. So we'll see. Everybody met at the shelter again last night. Everybody was cold, you know, the usual. Alright, check in later. Here's the trail this morning. We did a big, not even a big climb, we just had a little climb, and then a little down, we're going to cross the road, and then looks like we have another climb today. And I think it's just going to be a lot of that until I get my resupply box, which hopefully is there. Right now, this farm, there's like a bridge over this river, but the river's flooded, so the bridge is just covered like maybe ankle deep in just freezing cold water. So we took off our shoes, walked across it, and then like sat in the sunny spot, let our feet dry off, got our shoes and socks back on, and then immediately had to walk through some like swampy areas, so they're all wet and cold. So I hightailed it over the mountain so we get to the sunny side, and now we have pastures, and I am dodging cow patties. Yeah, but the sun is really warm. Look at that goodness, 3/4 of the way. I'm gonna go into town. There's a Mexican restaurant, and we're gonna hope that they have something gluten-free so I can celebrate. Rhododendron bushes, and I can hear traffic, which means we are getting close to town. We're gonna pass 81 like for the 15th time, and then pop out on Virginia Route 11. And there's a Mexican place, which fingers crossed they can make me food. And if not, I'll have gas station snacks. And I did get my resupply box sorted out, so I can go pick that up and finish the last 5 or 6 miles that we have to do this afternoon. Headed out of town after my yummy Mexican with high-vis Lady Slipper and Wanderlust, and headed to the shelter. Got my resupply, so we're all set. Little one-room schoolhouse, and here we go. Oh, my feet keep getting wet, and I really just want them to be dry for a little bit. More water. 1.5 miles? What does it say? Marsh. 1.8 miles to the shelter. Here we go. So it's the end of the day, and I'm going through this little pine section, and it smells like amazing, and it's so soft on the feet. It's like the best way to end a day of hiking. But alas, more rhododendrons, which means more water and more wet feet. But it was nice for that little quarter mile. The Chatfield shelter, we have high vis is going on, and Scratch and Lean Beef are getting off trail for a few days. And I successfully crossed that drive this morning, and we're gonna get started, and we're either gonna do 17 to the next shelter or 22 into town, and it really depends on what the weather forecast is this afternoon. It's one of those days, if you wear your rain gear, you're super hot, and if you don't, you're wet and freezing, and then you get to camp tonight and you're even colder, so just have to stay a little warm, I guess. We decided to go into town, but now Ivis is second guessing that, so we may split up. I'm just gonna see what their updated weather is when I get signal, but I should probably check. I might have it now. We use the website atweather.org, which pulls in the weather by shelter, so you have it at the elevation you're actually going to be sleeping at, which is helpful. All right, we are at Mount Rogers Visitor Center waiting on a shuttle to go into town. We planned to get to Troutdale today, but that would put us up at 5,400 feet tomorrow night, and the next 2 days are really chilly and wind gusts of 38 to 40 miles an hour. So the wind chill for tonight and tomorrow night, where we were planning on being, would be 0 degrees. So for safety, we're just doing 8. We did 8 miles this morning, and we're going to go into town, and then hopefully we can go out tomorrow and just camp at a lower elevation. But we'll just keep an eye on the weather because it is nasty. 8 miles in, south of the Mount Rogers Visitor Center. We had a good night in town. Really stunk, but we'll still get into Damascus on Wednesday, just not as early as we had planned. Just hung out and relaxed and didn't really do much of anything. It was too cold and windy to walk anywhere. And this morning is crazy windy. I'm kind of down in the valley a little bit right now, which is the reason I can finally do a short video. We'll be at the shelter for lunch here, probably 2.5 miles, I'm guessing, and then we can get a better update. But it is absolutely freezing in terms of the temperature and the wind chill. Oh, but I'm glad to see the sun is out, and at least down here we can see the trail. Up on the ridges you can't see anything because all the leaves have blown around and nobody's been through. Alright, good afternoon. Probably about 12. We've done 12 miles so far, 12 more to go. We stopped for lunch about an hour ago and had done 10 miles already, and we just did a big uphill. And we're about 4,000 feet of elevation gain from lunch to finish out the day. So, 24 miles, 6,000 feet total. It's a tough day. But the wind has died down. It's dry. The sun is out. So it's cold. It's better. And if I don't make it, there's a shelter to stop at. That's the 20-mile mark if I can't make it to 24. But that means I have to do 19 miles into Damascus, which means I can't leave early Thursday because I have to get my sleeping pad situated. You can probably hear the leaves crunching. It's like post pulling through piles of leaves. In some places they've all banked up. So we're on the non-windy side of the mountain right now, which is good. High vis is maybe a mile ahead. And yeah, pretty good. I was frustrated yesterday, but I'm super glad we went into town last night. It was so cold. It was still wet. And the wind was insane in town. I can't even imagine how bad it was out here. So, rocking and rolling. 50 miles left in Virginia. I'm so ready to cross the state off. But we're going to end with ponies, I hope. So hopefully we see the ponies tomorrow. I'm super excited about the Grayson Highlands. Alright. I'll check in later. then we crossed over the ridge, and now we're on the super windy side. So wind gusts galore again. You know, whatever. It is what it is. Alright, we're having a little reroute because a bridge is being removed and replaced. This is our walk around the bridge. The official AT path this year. So I stopped and got water earlier. It's like 2 o'clock. I had like a little break and a bar and all that. And then still have about 8 miles left. So I'm feeling really good about the pace. It should be done by 6 if I keep it up. But I'm getting a little tired, so we'll see. I still have lots of climbing to do. Trail this afternoon. Still a little windy. I've been tripping a lot today because I can't always see the rocks and the roots. They're hidden by the leaves. In some places, making it a little more challenging, slowing the pace down a bit. Hello. Just past the hurricane shelter. It is 3:20. 4 3/4 miles in a huge climb. It's kicking my butt. To the old orchard shelter. And I'm pushing on because I only did 8 miles yesterday. Woo, slippery. Yeah. So, I have been, like, you know, it's been kind of steady temperature all day. This is the warmest I've been, but kept the wind gear on. But this has died down significantly this afternoon, which has been nice. Yeah, 24 miles. I don't know what the overall elevation gain is. I think we're close to 6, which is a ton. And it'll be the same thing tomorrow. And I will probably be night hiking because I think sundown will be around 5:30 with the time change. And I haven't seen any wildlife today. I haven't seen any people. It's been really quiet. I haven't seen Hivas since lunch. She's probably already there. But just chugging along. It's Lewis Fork Wilderness. And we're probably half mile to a mile away from the shelter now. Almost there. 24 miles though. Feeling pretty stoked about that. Just before dark, I made it. Old Orchard Shelter. This is gonna be the tiniest shelter I've ever seen. It is gonna be cold up here. It's over 4,000 feet.